Okay, so level A1 completed. Congratulations if you have finished level A1. And your question now is what's next, right? So after completing this level A1 in Portuguese, there are two options for Portuguese students. And I'm sharing my thoughts with you because I've been teaching this for many years. So this is what I truly believe. It's what follows level A1. Okay, so two options. Option number one, A2 level course. So very often or sometimes students are very comfortable with A1 contents and they are ready to move on to level A2. And sometimes, also very often, it happens a lot as well. Students are not completely comfortable with A1 contents, and in my opinion, they should not progress immediately to level A2. And when that's the case, I think they should do this A2 preparation course. Okay. Your question is you just finished level A1, so you're probably asking yourself, okay, how do I know if my level, if I'm ready to move on directly to level A2 or if I have to do an A2 preparation course. This assessment must be made with an experienced teacher, okay? So for you, without the help of someone experienced, an experienced teacher, I would say it's impossible to understand if you're ready to move on or not. I would say that if your Spanish is if your Spanish is your mother tongue or if Italian is your mother tongue or if you know already many languages, if your mother tongue is I don't know a different language like English, but if you know also Spanish or and French quite well, you are probably and you finish this A1 level, you're probably ready to move on to level A2, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, we always have to access to try to understand where you are and what's the best option for your case. If you're learning a second language for the first time and if you just finished this level A1 in Portuguese, I would say that more likely you're not 100%, you're not comfortable yet for level A2. Probably you're ready for an A2 preparation course. But once again, uh, we have to evaluate each student to be 100% sure, okay? Whatever the teacher's assessment, it is essential that the next course be one where conversation predominates. In our opinion, it is a mistake to finish the A1 level course and move on to a A1 A2 course full of grammar. After completing the A1 course, the student should consolidate everything they have learned through conversation. This is essential. Okay, this is essential. If you have finished this A1 course or a different A1 course, and then if you decide to move on to a A2 class with a big group of students where you will get loads of grammar and without having many opportunities to do listening and speaking, it's a mistake. In my opinion, it's a mistake. You really, once you finish level A1, you really have to do the other way around. You have to have a lesson, a class, even if you're talking about an A2 class, an A2 course, but it must be a course where you spend 80% of your time doing listening and speaking. Okay, so this means that you have to do this A2 course with a very small group of people, like 6 people maximum. That's what we have in our classes because you have to have opportunities to do listening and speaking. Okay, if you're there once again for level A2, for level B1, for level B2, if the only thing or if you spend most of your time receiving more information, receiving more grammar without having loads of opportunities to speak, it won't work in my opinion. Okay? So by the end of level A1, you will be ready to start speaking to maintain a simple conversation with a teacher. Okay? I'm going to repeat. By the end of level A1, you can already speak with a teacher. Speaking outside with a native speaker, you will see that it will be very hard because native speakers they have no idea how to help you, and they don't know that you only know the present tense and the past tense and the future tense, right? So, but by the end of level A1, hopefully you can already speak Portuguese with a teacher, because that teacher, um, he knows what kind of structures you are supposed to know, and he can prepare a lesson plan in accordance with your level. Okay, so these conversation activities should be carefully structured by an experienced teacher. At the end of A1 level, the student is in a position to converse with the teacher, because the teacher can prepare conversation activities according to the student's level. I'm going to show you a few examples, okay? I'm going to ask you a question. Let's see if you can understand the question and if you can answer this question. I'm going to use present tense, future tense, and past tense, okay? So let's try. Question number one. Onde moras? So, onde moras? What do you think is the answer for this question? Eu moro em Lisboa. Okay? Eu moro em Lisboa. This is one of the possibilities. If you live in a different place, you would say obviously something different. Eu moro em Sintra. Eu moro no Porto. As you know. Second question. Quantos anos tens? Quantos anos tens? Did you understand my question? Hopefully you understood that the question is quantos anos tens? So how many years you have? Tenho 47 anos. So tenho 47 anos. So present tense, present tense. Another question. Now I'm going to use the future. Onde vais almoçar amanhã? Onde vais almoçar amanhã? Onde vais almoçar amanhã? So where you will have lunch tomorrow. Amanhã vou almoçar em casa. So tomorrow I will have lunch at home, right? Another question, now I'm going to use the past. Ontem foste para a praia? Ontem foste para a praia? Did you understand my question? I'm going to show you. Ontem foste para a praia? So yesterday you went to the beach. I'm translating word by word again. Okay, again. Ontem, so yesterday. Foste, you went para a praia, to the beach. And the answer is não. Ontem fui para o ginásio. So no. Yesterday I went to the gym. One question more. Now I'm not going to tell you the tense. Que horas são? Que horas são? Did you understand? The question is que horas são? So word by word, which hours are. The translation here word by word doesn't work. The right way to translate this is like what time is it, as you already know. São 12 horas e 10 minutos, okay? So just 4 examples of 4 questions. So as soon as you finish level A1, you should start with this kind of activities and other activities, obviously. Activities where you have a teacher reading a short text for you to improve your listening skills. But essentially, you have to practice present, past, future with this kind of questions. Very simple, very short questions. You just have to try to understand the question, try to identify what's the tense. Is this present? Is this past? Is it future? Follow the question, use the same verb, try to recognize the preposition that follows the verb. Answer. When you answer, try to use the same verb, try to use the same preposition, and this is how you start your conversation lessons, okay? As soon as you get a bit more comfortable with this kind of activities, what you have to do, the teacher will organize a few activities where is not looking for this particular tense, this particular verb, but is just organizing and is structuring activities where he or she will give you the opportunity to explore a little bit more your Portuguese, okay? Like open activities for you to practice and to try to explore your Portuguese. But once again, to start level A2, or as soon as you finish level A1, this is the kind of activities that, in my opinion, I'm here just to share my opinion with you, you should start doing to consolidate level A1, okay? It's not about getting and receiving more grammar and more grammar and more grammar. It's all about this kind of short conversations, short questions to start consolidating present, past, future, and at the same time, you are consolidating prepositions, regular verbs, irregular verbs, your listening skills, your speaking skills. Okay, this is what you should do in my opinion. So if you just finished level A1, this A1 course with us, and if you want to access your level, just send us an email, and to book your assessment lesson, it costs 20 euros. So send us an email to speak@lisbonlanguagecafe.pt, and we will move on from there. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you shortly.